What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday night's late night news roundup, where we're going to be focusing on a couple of things. The Alexander Isak situation is not going away, and we're going to give you a little bit more information than we had time to cover in the late night agenda. We're going to be speaking about Darwin Nunez and his new haircut, and a little bit about Mark Gay and a promise that was apparently made to him by Arne Slot. That and lots more to come up over the next few minutes, but you know the deal. I'm going to say my part then. I'd like you to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course we would love you to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, our last ever stage show is taking place. Tickets are on sale right now. We will be at the Hot Water Comedy Club, which is our home in Liverpool, Sunday 19th of October. It's the weekend of the Manchester United game. Tickets are on sale right now, priced at just £15. And as I mentioned, it is an all ages event and our last ever stage show. Right, let's get stuck into the situation and where we are with Alexander Isak, because Anfield sector they've put out some really good posts, to be fair. If Isak was impossible, Richard Hughes would already know, they say. And why is that? Well, because himself and Eddie Howe are really good mates. They worked together previously, of course, at Bournemouth. This piece here showed that Eddie Howe wants his close friend and Liverpool sporting director, Michael Edwards, to take over at Newcastle back in the day. So don't forget, as we mentioned, and as Anfield sector and Anfield Buzz correctly pointed out, they're friends. So if it was impossible, I'm sure that Richard Hughes would have been told flat out, don't waste your time, mate, it isn't going to happen. So let's move on to Matt Hardy Sport, and you can find this post over the Anfield Agenda X account. Just search at Anfield Agenda. Liverpool have the funds to test Newcastle's resolve despite their spending this summer. Newcastle are concerned an offer could be made early next month for Isak. A little bit more on Isak in a moment, but let's talk about Darwin Nunez and his new look. Firstly, happy birthday, Darwin. Secondly, shaved his head once before, as Ben Spochak has said, and the last time he did it, he went on to score 34 goals for Benfica the following season. He shaved it late January 2021, went on to play 61 games for Benfica, making 48 goal contributions in the process, but unfortunately, it looks like it's come too late to save his career at Liverpool. Talks that he's closing in on a move to Napoli. Liverpool asking for a fee about €50 million, and surely Napoli will come close to that. So it does look as if he could be moving to Naples this summer. Now, one thing we've spoken about quite a lot this summer is the spending that Liverpool are doing. Dave Powell, who is the Liverpool Echo's football finance guy, has said that Liverpool could spend another £200 million in the market this summer and still be PSR compliant. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to spend it, but as you can see, we have the ability to do it and not land in any hot water. So do keep an eye on the situation. Like we've always said, we feel that when the situation with Kirkes is announced, you'll probably see a little bit of a lull with regards to incomings. Yes, keep an eye on the Mark Gay situation. Keep an eye on Jarell Haddo as well. He's somebody Liverpool are looking at as a possible alternative should Mark Gay not be achievable, but I think he will be. And actually, while we're on Mark Gay, I want to just speak a little bit about a report that suggested that Arne Slot has already told him that he would start ahead of Ibrahim Konate, and that Liverpool are aware that Konate has a mistake in him. Again, these aren't my words. These are the words of a former scout, Mick Brown, I believe his name was. So have a little search for that yourself if you want the full monologue of what he had to say. But we asked tonight in the stream, would you see Mark Gay as an upgrade on Ibrahim Konate? And the answer was yes. People said 51% said yes. I think a much lower percentage, somewhere in the 20s, said no, and then unsure was the remainder. But mostly people felt yes, he would be an upgrade on Ibrahim Konate. So I want to know your thoughts on that one. For me, I think he's more solid, more steady than Konate. Both of them at their very best. I think maybe Konate would just edge it, but I do think that Mark Gay would bring more consistency of performance than perhaps we've seen from Ibrahim Konate. So let us know your thoughts on it. Now, another report here said that Liverpool have made Isak their top striker target this summer, and key figures at the club have already spoken to him about the project. They don't see the transfer fee as an issue, and Isak is scheduled to meet with Newcastle this week to discuss his future. Now, some people have gone as far as to say that Isak has already had his head turned by Liverpool and that he wants to move. And quite frankly, I don't blame him. look, Newcastle are a great club, and I've said this all along. I don't want to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, but Isak's at the peak of his career. And with all due respect, Newcastle aren't going to be winning the Premier League or Champions League anytime soon. And football careers are short. So if it is at all possible, Isak could become a Liverpool player this summer, because he is very, very firmly open to the idea and likes the idea of coming to play for Liverpool and Arne Slot. This piece here from LFC Transfer Room said Newcastle are concerned an offer made early next month for Isak from Liverpool would be among the clubs to compete for a signature if he wanted to leave. Any contract offer from Newcastle would not match the highest salaries at Anfield. So keep your eye on this situation. As we said, it isn't over as of just yet, but it isn't going away either. It looks to me like there's one or two possibilities on the table for Liverpool with a striker search this summer. Go all in and really test Newcastle's resolve for Isak, or go for Hugo Ekitike. They're the two that I think are possible. Now, I know that as I'm saying this, you're probably already writing in the comment section, what about Victor Osimhen? And yes, his name has been thrown around as well. We've spoken a couple of times about reports coming from Italy, and they do seem to only be coming from Italy, that have suggested that Liverpool are willing to offer Chiesa and Darwin Nunez for Osimhen, but that they would want more money than Liverpool are offering just a straight swap. So for me, I wouldn't put any money on top of it. I think those two for Osimhen would be a fair swap in my opinion, based on the valuations. Another thing that could be possible, of course, with Isak is maybe Diogo Jota, Harvey Elliott, or others in a kind of part exchange. Obviously, we knew Newcastle were interested in Kwanzaa, but Kwanzaa's going to be going to Leverkusen. So, before we finish up, lastly, Milos Kerkez. Firstly, let me say you've nothing to worry about, as has been confirmed by Plettenberg and Romano and a few others. Contract is signed, 5-year deal. He's already officially a Liverpool player, but what we haven't had, of course, is the word from the club. We think that will obviously come tomorrow, but nothing to be concerned about. He signed his contract. He is a Liverpool player. It will be until 2030, and that is pretty much it from that front. Now, another name to keep an eye on, of course, is Jayden Danns, as it looks like he could be kept around next summer. If he has a good pre-season and can prove his fitness to Arne Slot, then he could be another option. Young Rio, what's going to happen with him? I think maybe the same thing applies. Look at pre-season, see what happens there, and if he impresses, maybe he gets a chance next season. It looks like James McConnell will be kept around as well. A report from Lewis Steele said that he had a chat with Arne Slot in January or early in 2025 and was told that he could have a similar squad position to Endo this season. So obviously a lot of backing there from Arne Slot for James McConnell. So that is pretty much where we're at for now. And like many journalists have said, it does look as if after the Kerkez signing, yes, we'll keep an eye on the centre-back situation because Liverpool do want Mark Gay. But I think we'll probably see some sales coming. The likes of Harvey Elliott, maybe Tyler Morton, see what happens with a few of the other fringe players in the squad. We know Darwin Nunez is linked to Italy. What's going to happen with Chiesa? Well, Roma are the latest club to have declared an interest in him. So it certainly looks as if it's more than possible that he will end up back in Italy. That is it for me for now, ladies and gentlemen, but I will see you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place. As always, thank you for your support. We do appreciate it. And yeah, have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll talk soon. Much love.